Well, people, it appears that the truth really is out there because it sure as hell isn't in Hollywood. They just cannot seem to ever get anything right these days. It's just a constant pack of nonsense. Now, X-Files, we all knew X-Files in one form or another. Everyone has heard about X-Files. It was a series that touched on the supernatural, had gripping stories, entertainment, all these sort of things. It ran for several seasons. It still is to this day a classic. And it wasn't everybody's cup of tea. People didn't like all the horror and stuff, but you could say what you want about it. X-Files is X-Files. It has stayed that way for years. Mulder and Scully became household names because of X-Files. That's what it had done. So, of course, because X-Files was so good, because it was such a classic, because people loved it, it has to be the next IP to get farmed in this ever evolving. Let's take what was good before, reboot it for modern audiences, and walk the hell out of it. This article here. The X-Files reboot featuring a diverse cast, reportedly in development from Black Panther series director Ryan Coogler. Oh, what joy. It seems the X-Files will be the next beloved and classic IP to be updated for modern audiences, as a more diverse reboot of the series is reportedly in the works from Black Panther series director Ryan Coogler. Now, I've stated before that the reasons that they see them doing these things is because, one, these so-called creators in Hollywood, and pretty much all the Hollywood and comics, everything, are just creatively bankrupt. They have nothing to offer other than just diversity swaps, sexuality swaps, gender swaps. That's it. That's all that they have to offer, because they spend every freaking day living on Twitter, being bombarded with a bunch of crap information from people who they think are actual people. You understand me? Because of that, though, they have never gone outside and spoken to an actual person to know what anybody wants. So they go with that. The other thing about it is that I've said before is that they are determined to take everything that came before and change it to fit their narrative. That's what they want. They don't want you to look back on anything fondly and say, oh yes, I remember this series, I liked it, I enjoyed it. No, to hell with that. They want you to now look at it. This, what they created now, must be the only thing you must look at. The only thing that you must say, well, okay, this is the main thing about it. Nothing else ever came before or after. That's it. That's what they're literally trying to do. News of the reboot's existence was first revealed by the series' original creator Chris Carter during an appearance on the March 27th episode of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation's Vancouver-centric news podcast On the Coast with Gloria Maxenu. I hope I said that pronounced that correctly. Stopping by the show in commemoration of the 30th anniversary of the X-Files' first day shooting in Vancouver, where it would film up until its 5th season, at which time the series took a temporary move to Los Angeles before ultimately returning north for its 2 revival seasons. Carter was asked, how would you make it now in the current day? How would the X-Files be different, do you think? To which the creator asserted, oh gosh, we're so steeped in conspiracies now. The X-Files dealt with a central conspiracy, but now the world is so full of conspiracies that I think that it would be a different show, he added. I personally don't mind a couple different conspiracies, but I think you need at least that one central conspiracy. It must not be like how they do with shows now. Anyway, just have one, every season there's one main thing you must focus on and you must run that out in the end. No. You could have multiple conspiracies, but you could have a big one in the background and it's being sort of alluded to, so that the audience could eventually start to walk towards that and piece things together along with the show, and that would keep them interested. That's what I think. So I don't mind a couple different conspiracies, but I think, you should have that main one in the background. To that end, with his memory seemingly jogged by the hypothetical question, Carter then revealed, actually, I just spoke to a young man, Ryan Coogler, who is going to remount the X-Files with a diverse cast. So he's got his work cut out for him because we've covered so much territories, he concluded. But considering the absolute mess he made of, Ryan Coogler made of Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, I have no hope for this thing whatsoever, because the minute you're done here, rebooted, I am just of the belief, personally, I'm of the belief, what was done before and was good, leave it alone. X-Files had, how many seasons? I think it was 7 seasons or something, so that could be wrong. Somebody could correct me in the, in the comments, but I believe it had 7 seasons. It's concluded, make something new, leave that as a classic and move on. We've constantly seen them trying to reboot shows in Hollywood. It's happened over the years. Some have been good, some have been terrible. In this day and age, the vast majority of them have been very, very terrible. I think just leave it alone. That's just me. As of writing, outside of the reboot's general existence and the Black Panther duology director's involvement therein, no further details regarding the X-Files' potential future have been made public. Further, it's unknown whether Coogler has any plans, depending on whether or not his vision is full-on reboot or simply a soft one to bring David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson, Scully and Mulder back into the paranormal fold. However, as per Anderson, such an updated take on X was exactly the type of project which would entice her back into her iconic role. Asked by Variety in early 2022 if she had any interest in returning to the franchise, Anderson admitted it just feels like such an old idea. Yeah, I mean, I've done it. I did it for so many years, and it also ended on such an unfortunate note, she added, referencing the season 11 finale. Okay, so I was wrong. 1 and 7, alright. Revealed that Scully was mysteriously pregnant with her and Mulder's child. And not to even begin to have that conversation about another season, there would need to be a whole new set of writers, and the baton would need to be handed on for it to feel like it was new and progressive, she ultimately declared. So yeah, it's very much in the past. I mean, if they do decide to do this reboot, they're going to have to find a way to bring back Scully and Mulder into it, because they need that nostalgia bait to get people to watch it. They know if they don't do that, nobody would be interested in watching this at all. People would just pass it by and be like, well, the business I don't really get to see, and move on. They need that nostalgia bit. And like she talked about it, I've done it, it's done so many years. That's why I say, leave these things alone. But no, you have to come back and do some kind of you could do a different series set in some kind of other paranormal thing at least than done. But no, you see the kind of crap that they bring out these. I mean, they had this one show, it was last year or year before, they did with some alien spaceship that was in space and was breaking. Debris was the name of it, right? And the debris was falling to Earth. And I have to wonder what them aliens was doing on that ship, because this debris from that ship had some very unusual abilities and powers. I mean, if your ship is just a fly through space, why you have all that? The whole show, I watched like about 2 or 3 episodes, and I'm like, nah, this is just not making any kind of sense. So now you want to go for nostalgia bait to bring back X-Files, give it the old woke reboot, and then figure, well, if we throw in Mulder and Scully, people will be interested to at least check it out. And when they realize it's crap, we could go out there and blame them for being racist and bigots. Yeah. I mean, I'm just not feeling this. That's not feeling this. I think the best thing to do is just leave X-Files where it was. It was done, it was finished, it was complete. Leave it as that and move on with your lives. Don't try and reboot a classic that has already been done. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. Have a different opinion. I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. Notified anytime I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.